What's up, guys? Josh with Navigate the Wild, and today we're going to go over my 2024, what I'm calling my turkey loadout. So we are coming up into the second weekend of turkey season here in my unit in Florida. It has been hard to turkey hunt thus far. I'm not hearing birds. I've had some birds sporadically on camera. Nobody's hearing anything. We might just suck as turkey hunters. I don't think that's the case. I am definitely the lowest guy on the totem pole when it comes to turkey hunting experience, but the guys that I hunt with are really good. Nobody is seeing anything, very little tracks. We've had turkeys on camera, but man, it has been difficult, which last year was kind of difficult too. This year, I really broke into having all the quote unquote gear to turkey hunt. And so I just wanted to kind of show you what I've been going into the woods with. I'm hunting with a pump action shotgun, an old Mossberg 500A that's been handed down to me, which was awesome. It's a great shotgun. I shot two birds with it 2 years ago. And last year I didn't fill my tag. I just wasn't seeing anything. I wasn't having any success. So I think it's important to document that. Not every year you succeed. It's tough. And it seems like everything that you watch, guys are just filling tags on birds, gobblers everywhere, you know? Man, if I see a Jake tomorrow morning, I'm shooting it. I wanted to go down the line on what I'm currently running to kind of show you and kind of really narrow down the bare minimums to where you're hunting, because in different places, you need different things. In our unit, in our area of the county, I have never heard a turkey gobble on the roost, ever. And I've never heard a turkey gobble at midday. I've talked to guys that hunt in our area for years. I'm talking 30 plus years, and they always say the same thing. For whatever reason, our turkeys don't gobble on the roost. And so going out in the morning, if it makes you feel better to have locator calls, great. But I have not found a need for them. I still have them in my pack because I have room, I have space, but I've used them to no avail, and actually did a really bad rendition of a owl last weekend, put it in a short with an owl sitting in front of me, and he didn't even call back. I might just suck. It could be as simple as that. So first thing, let's go over. We're gonna go over my camo. I am running First Light camo. I have collected their whitetail kit over the last 2 years, and I have a pretty good collection of their whitetail camo. This is the Trace hoodie, really thin. If it's colder than a thin layer, I'll wear a t-shirt under this. It's got the hood, and it's breathable under the armpits, dries out really quick. This is a great piece of kit. If it's colder than this, I'll pair this with the Origin hoodie with the built-in face mask. This is the First Light Trace pant. I absolutely love this pant, so much so that I'll probably buy another pair this year. But these not only fit me really well, but they're really light. If I need to wear a long john underneath, I will do that. And then I have paired these two pieces of kit with the neck gaiter, which in my vote last year for my gear review, I voted that like the #1 versatile piece of kit that you can buy that you will use in so many settings. So I have my face covered. I also have the thinnest layer First Light glove. So I'll be completely camoed in First Light with turkey hunting. That's just the way it's got to be. This is the FHF Bino fob with the wings attached, and I have their rangefinder pouch and their nav. I think this is the nav pouch. I have my phone, and then a battery backup, a knife, some tissue, my binos, and then of course my Vortex rangefinder. I think this is the Impact. Great rangefinder. My shot is, basically 30 yards in, and I've shot archery long enough to know roughly around what 30 yards looks like for me. When I first sit down and start calling, I like to be able to just range a few trees, a few markers just in case, because things happen so fast in the woods, as you know, if you turkey hunt, and they tend to come out of places that you just wouldn't ideally pick for them to come out. So I'm going to run the fob tomorrow morning, as well as my Walker headset. One thing that I feel very passionately about, and only because I have lost a good majority of my hearing, is hearing protection. I don't see many people wear hearing protection in the woods while hunting. I know it's a pain in the butt. There's so many different options out there, and I'm hoping maybe this year I try out a different pair of Bluetooth enabled hearing devices. But I wear my Walkers because they help me hear in the woods for gobbles in the distance. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know that I have hearing aids, and so my hearing's not the best to begin with. So with the Walkers, I put my hearing aids in, then I put my Walkers on, and I can turn on the microphone, and that really helps me hear in the distance. This is my newest piece of gear. I just showed it to a buddy of mine who's been turkey hunting for years and years and years, and he was so impressed with the tethered Hunt Public collaboration, the M2 turkey vest. I got this for Christmas. I went with the bird bag. The reason I went for the bird bag is I bring decoys in and out. They fit in the bird bag. I can also bring a coffee or a Nalgene bottle with LMNT in it, and then I can also carry the my other coffee or something in my pouch. I usually throw a thermocell in the bird bag as well. Tethered really covered a lot of the thought process behind what is good and what is bad, what is absolutely necessary and what's dead weight in a turkey vest. And then they give you all the components to go with it. So up front, I have a FHF Nalgene bottle holder on the left side of my hip, and that will hold a Nalgene, it'll hold my Yeti coffee, and I'll trade them out as the day progresses. So it's great to have that on the hip. On my right pocket here, I've been carrying, and they give you a shotgun shell sleeve, and I can't find it. So I've been throwing my shotgun shells up front. Once I step out of the truck, I usually put rounds in my shotgun anyway. So I just carry those up front. Then I stuck my Peaks headlamp, probably one of the best headlamps I've ever used. I actually think this one's my wife's. She got for Christmas. But Peaks goes up front. And then I've got my my shotgun shells up front as well. Okay, just super accessible. After I get out of the truck, sun's coming up, I could take my headlamp off, just stuff it in that front pocket. You open your right-hand pouch here. I just threw my gloves in here. Got a set of gloves. I got 2 strikers, just a traditional slate call, and I have a Bone Collector's glass call. This one's really loud, which I like a lot. I just got this one. I figured I'd run 2 different ones in case you get oil on one or you get it wet or something like that. I have my Benchmade Steep Country knife. I picked this up last year. Still got some deer fat in it. Gross. But that fits in the bottom there. Up front, I just have some Band-Aids or whatever I just throw in case I get nicked or cut or scraped or whatever. And that's pretty much my right pouch, okay? My left side pouch, I have my owl calls that I don't know how to use really well at all. This is the one from Strut Commander, the Duck Commander guys. And this is just an old traditional one. Most people have seen the owl hooter. I did that to an owl, and he looked at me like I was an idiot. So I don't know. But I got it in there. I got my box call, which I'm really enjoying. This is just a little hack that I put in here because if you don't, you can nick something and just make noise. It doesn't take much. So it's take an old bandana or something, stuff it in there, and now it's not going to touch. And I can slide that right in to my box call holder that comes with the M2 vest. Slide that right in. And then it's got a bungee that goes over it and holds it securely. I I have diaphragm calls in here. This is the Meat Eater Phelps collab. Handsaw and shears. I just like to carry those wherever I go. You just never know. You need stuff like that. And then there's a pocket up front here, and this one's empty for me. So, you know, whatever extra stuff that you might need. If I had any critique about this vest, there's one thing, and I don't know that it's really a problem. Maybe it's just that the bags themselves need to be worked a little bit. I've only technically used it, you know, for 2 sits, but it's not easy to. It's easy to open the bags. You can open them no problem. It seems like with the tab, it's a little harder to close. It's not the end of the world. I really like the way they have the bags set up. I'm really not complaining about it. I even love the bottomland camo. I love the material they used. It's very quiet. I love the way it fits. It feels really good. When my fob is right here, I can choose to connect this and lock it in a little tighter, but I don't have to, and it rides perfect. I don't see the need to upgrade anything else. Like, this is going to be my go-to for years to come. So good luck to you turkey hunters out there. I'll pray for you. You pray for me that we could at least hear something, because that's exciting. Maybe we even shoot some. Navigate the wild.